Picture this. You're lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, trying to drift off to sleep, when out of nowhere, bam! You remember that time in high school when you tripped over your own feet during the school assembly, spilling your lunch tray everywhere while everyone laughed. Your face heats up, you cringe under the covers, and you wonder, why now? Why can't my brain just let that go? If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. These sudden blasts from the embarrassing past happen to almost everyone, and there's actually some fascinating psychology behind it. Welcome to EDUX Talks, where we explore the quirks of the human mind. Today, we're diving into why you suddenly think of embarrassing moments from years ago and what you can do about it. Let's start by understanding what these memories really are. Psychologists call them involuntary autobiographical memories, or IAMs for short. Unlike when you deliberately recall something, like what you had for breakfast, these pop up uninvited, often triggered by a subtle cue in your environment or even just a wandering mind. But why are they so often the cringe-worthy ones? Why not the happy memories of birthday parties or vacations? Well, it boils down to how our brains are wired for survival. Evolution has tuned us to pay extra attention to negative experiences because they teach us valuable lessons. This is known as negativity bias. Our brains prioritize threats, mistakes, and social faux pas to help us avoid them in the future. Think about it. Back in our hunter-gatherer days, remembering that embarrassing slip-up in front of the tribe could mean learning to be more careful, preserving your social standing, which was crucial for survival. Now, let's get into the neuroscience. When something embarrassing happens, your body releases a cocktail of stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. These chemicals don't just make your heart race, they tag the memory as important, making it stickier in your brain. The amygdala, that almond-shaped part of your brain responsible for emotions, lights up like a firework, while the hippocampus, which handles memory formation, encodes the event with vivid detail. That's why these moments feel so real when they resurface. You can practically hear the laughter or feel the heat in your cheeks all over again. Studies show that emotionally charged events are recalled more frequently and accurately than neutral ones. For instance, researchers at the University of California found that people are twice as likely to remember negative social interactions compared to positive ones, because they're processed deeper in the emotional centers of the brain. But why do they hit you suddenly, years later? Often it's because of a trigger, something in your current surroundings that subtly reminds your brain of the past event. It could be a smell, a song, a similar social situation, or even just a quiet moment when your mind is idle. When you're bored or relaxed, like in the shower or before bed, your default mode network kicks in. This is the part of your brain that wanders and reflects, and it's prone to dredging up unresolved thoughts. Embarrassing memories often feel unresolved because they involve shame or regret, emotions that signal we violated social norms. Your brain might be replaying them as a way to process and learn, even if consciously you'd rather forget. Take a common example. Say you once gave a terrible presentation at work, stumbling over your words while your boss watched. Years later, you're in a meeting and someone else fumbles. Suddenly, your old memory floods back. That's associative recall at work. Or maybe it's completely random, like when you're folding laundry and bam, there it is. Psychologists suggest this randomness is because our memories aren't stored like files in a cabinet. They're networks of connections that can fire off unexpectedly. And if you've got a tendency toward anxiety or perfectionism, these intrusions can be more frequent as your brain is hyper-vigilant about potential social threats. Interestingly, this isn't all bad. Remembering embarrassments can be adaptive. It helps us empathize with others. Next time you see someone trip, you might be quicker to offer a hand because you know the sting. It also refines our behavior. That cringy memory might make you double-check your words in social settings, leading to better relationships. But when these thoughts become too intrusive, they can disrupt your life, linking to conditions like social anxiety or even PTSD in extreme cases. So, how can you stop them from ruining your day? First, acknowledge the memory without judgment. Say to yourself, yeah, that happened, but I've grown since then. This diffuses the emotional charge. Cognitive behavioral techniques like reframing the event, focusing on what you learned rather than the embarrassment, can help. Mindfulness practices like meditation train your brain to observe thoughts without getting hooked. Apps like Calm or Headspace have guided sessions for this. And if it's really persistent, talking it out with a therapist can rewire those neural pathways. Remember, everyone has these moments. Sharing them can even turn them into funny stories over time. In the end, these sudden, embarrassing flashbacks are just your brain's way of keeping you sharp in a social world. They're reminders that we're all human, imperfect, and constantly learning. So next time one hits, take a deep breath, smile at your younger self, and move on. You've got this. If this episode of EDUX Talks resonated with you or made you cringe in recognition, hit that like button, share it with a friend who's had their share of awkward moments, and subscribe for more deep dives into the human psyche. Until next time, keep embracing the awkward. It's what makes us real.